you're heading our way soon. How excited is it? How exciting is it to be heading back?
It's so incredibly exciting for me, but even more exciting for my band because none of them have been to Australia before. And, for people in Japan, people growing up in Japan, not too many Japanese musicians get to go to Australia on their tours. And I've been fortunate to go there twice. And even that's not very many times, but most Japanese musicians can only dream of going to Australia to play. So it's a huge deal for them. And I'm really glad that I'm going to be able to kind of acquire them around over there. And everybody's just really excited. And the band is on fire. We're about to do a festival in India in about a week or so. And it's pumped for Australia, man. It's a really good period of time.
And can you introduce us to the members of your band?
Yes. The longest running member of my band is my bassist, Kiyoshi. And she's really an incredible musician and artist in her own right. And she's absolutely perfect for my band. The most aggressive bassist that I've ever seen, really. And not to even mention that she's a girl. You can't believe it when you're seeing her play. It's really kind of frightening, how she plays. Perfect for my band. And on guitar is a guy named Morioka Naoki. And he plays in a band called DPS in Japan, which I produce and write music for. And he's toured with me for a while and done a big Asian tour with me and doing India with me, and super guitar player. And the drummer is a guy named Joe Nunez, and he is toured with me all throughout Europe and America and Japan, and it's a super, super band. I tell everybody this, but what you're going to leave the concert feeling is more impressed with my band than you will be with me. You might have come to the show to see me, but you're going to walk away talking about how great my band was, and they just outshine me every night. That's the way I like it.
Amazing. And as you said, you've been to Australia before. What are your memories of your first ever trip here?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is how detailed the fans were about the music that I was making. They really know a lot about the music, and they care about the musical details, possibly more than a lot of other places. That's what I kind of remember feeling both times I was in Australia. They really seem to care about what goes into making music and that type of thing. And I also remember thinking that there was more females at the shows than I expected, and some real stunners too, So it was good on both sides.
Fantastic. What is your live rig going to be for the shows?
Yes, I have a signature guitar from Jackson. It's a MF1 Marty Friedman model, and I also have a signature amp from Engel. It's Marty Friedman Inferno amp. And to keep with the signature things, I have a signature set of pickups in my guitars from EMG, and that's it. It's really simple. I don't even use pedals very much, and I may not even use my pedal board down there. I might just go straight in. And it's a very simple rig.
And what do you think of things like Kempers for playing guitars, as opposed to a regular amp?
Oh, they're great. They have their places where they are very, very useful. I still don't think that they've invented something that can properly recreate the sound of moving air like an amp does when recording properly. But there are a lot of times when Kemper is more than efficient, more than sufficient to use in a situation, and it's really a fantastic invention. And I use them. For example, if I go on the TV program, there's never really any time to get a proper sound check when you're doing TV. And so with a Kemper, it pretty much sounds the same in any situation. So for something like TV, it's really good because you don't have to spend a lot of time figuring out how to mic the amp. And a lot of times TV audio people aren't really set up to, record a big rock sound. So if you have a good rock sound in the box like a Kemper, then it's perfect and even better than an actual amp. But for live, it depends on the content of the live. I do an orchestral live show every couple of months, every season, and for that I have a lot of really delicate sounds that the Kemper has better subtle sounds that are easily accessible than having to deal with an amp. So for situations that require the Kemper, it's great. But overall, the absolute best hard rock heavy metal sound is still from an amp, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm certainly not an authority on any of this stuff. I just like anything that sounds good.
Sure. And speaking of gear, what guitar is your most prized possession and why?
I don't have any prized possessions of guitars. I think they're all firewood. Of course, I'm half joking. My guitar is not firewood. It's a wonderful. It's a great work tool. I mean, my signature model is an absolute workhorse and sounds great in every situation and all that, but I don't have any emotional attachments whatsoever to any instrument. All of my signature models are exactly identical. So if, God forbid, one got, thrown out of an airplane, the next one off the rack would sound and feel and play exactly the same. I'm just not that guy. I wish I had a better answer for you with that, but absolutely, like a fork or a knife or a pair of chopsticks, guitar is just a tool.
Sure. And you've lived in Japan for over 15 years now. Has your music changed in its approach in the time that you have been there?
It changes pretty rapidly, actually. I'm very fortunate that I kind of soak in any experience that I'm lucky enough to have. If I go to a country I've never been before, and I just soak up the culture that I'm around and the music of that culture, and even if it's just a little phrase or if it's a rhythmic thing or a kind of a typical chord progression that is, indigenous to the music of a particular part of the world, that all kind of sticks in there, and I kind of take it from everywhere, really. So even, of course, I've lived in Japan for a long time, so obviously that influence is there quite a bit. But in Argentina, I did some shows with Astor Piazzolla's family, and it was very challenging and very unique to Argentina, unique to Argentina type of music, and a lot of it kind of stuck in with me. So I really have been like a sponge, and so every experience adds. And I'm going to India next week to do a festival there, and I've never been there before, so I'm sure that I'm probably going to sound more Indian by the time I get to Australia.
Now, I need you to describe your live show in only 5 words.
In 5 words?
Yes.
Wow, that's a good one. Intense, positive energy for days.
Perfect. Yeah, just what's your favorite music at the moment?
Yeah, right now, to. Actually, I we have current jazz pop music, and there's a lot of new artists. But this past week, been looking into one of my old favorites, which is the West Side Story soundtrack of all things. I always kind of go back into that because it's like an endless well of absolutely gorgeous music, and that's when I hear that, I get inspired, and at the same time I get kind of depressed because I will never really think as beautiful as that. But if I can just feel a little bit of it, and then I'd be in good shape.
Perfect. And we'll end with one last question. Any final words for the fans in Australia?
I'm only just completely full of gratitude for the support that the Australian fans and friends have been giving me, and very thankful for the opportunity to go down there and bring my band, because I'm going to be a hero to my band for doing this. So I'm really excited, and I really want to give you guys all an experience that you've never had before, especially in what you might expect of an instrumental music concert. It's really nothing like that. It's a four-cornered diamond, and I really want to leave everybody with a very, very positive feeling, and a feeling of getting ready to start kicking ass, because that's what I want to leave any concert feeling myself. So it's very important for me to make people feel that way when they leave my show.
Perfect, Marty. That's all we need today. I look forward to seeing you, and thanks a lot for your time today.
Thank you very much, Andrew. It's been great talking to you.
Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. You too. Bye.